Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today let's make some bunny coasters. Here are the materials you'll need. I'm using 8-ply milk cotton yarn. You can also use any medium weight yarn. I'm using a 4.5mm crochet hook. You'll also need some scissors and a tapestry needle. It's important to remember that different sized yarn will result to different sized coasters, so keep that in mind. Here are the stitches and abbreviations I'll be using for this pattern. For round 1, make a slip knot. Twist your hook to form a loop. Then, wrap your yarn around the hook and pull through the loop. Next, we'll be chaining 7. To chain, wrap your yarn around the hook and pull through. This is your first chain. Again, wrap your yarn around the hook, then pull through. Repeat until you have 7 chains. To count your chains, look for V's. Each V is a chain. On the third chain from the hook, this is 1, 2, 3, do a half double crochet. To do a half double crochet, wrap your yarn around the hook. Then insert your hook into the stitch and pull through. You should have 3 loops. Wrap your yarn around the hook and pull through all 3 loops. This is your first half double crochet. Continue half double crocheting into the next 3 stitches. On the 7th chain, aka the last chain, do 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. That's 1 half double crochet, oops, 2 half double crochet, and 3, then 3 half double crochet into the same stitch, and it should start looking like this. We're going to flip our work over and sort of half double crochet into the underside of the chain. So do not half double crochet into the stitch where we left off. We want to start over here. Continue half double crocheting into the next 3 stitches. I like to carry my yarn as I crochet and hide my tail as I go. So that basically means crocheting over the tail that we made. On the last stitch, do 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. Then, to finish off the round, we're going to slip stitch into the previous chain from our foundation stitch. This is where we'll be slip stitching. To slip stitch, grab your yarn and then pull through again. So this closes off the round, and it should start looking like an oval. It's always good practice to recount your stitches before moving forward, so go ahead and do that and make sure you have 12 stitches in total. For round 2, start by chaining 2. We'll be doing 2 half double crochets into each stitch, also known as increasing, for this round. We're starting our first half double crochet into this stitch right here. Again, to do a half double crochet, wrap your yarn around the hook. Then insert your hook into the stitch and pull through. You should have 3 loops. Wrap your yarn around the hook and pull through all 3 loops. Now we'll be doing another half double crochet into the same stitch. Continue doing 2 half double crochets into all the remaining stitches. At the end of the round, you should have 24 stitches. Again, when you reach the end of the round, it's always a good idea to recount your stitches. For this round, we need 24 in total. For this round, make sure not to crochet into this joining stitch. Make a slip stitch into the chain 2 we did a while ago. This is what round 2 is supposed to look like. For round 3, start by chaining 2. For this round, we'll be alternating between a half double crochet into one stitch and an increase into the next stitch. For this round, we'll be skipping one stitch and starting our first half double crochet on this stitch. So, do one half double crochet, and then 2 half double crochets into the next stitch. Repeat this pattern until the end of the round, doing 1 half double crochet, then 2 half double crochets into the next stitch. At the end of the round, you should have 36 stitches. Because we skipped a stitch at the start of the round, make sure to do your last stitch in this joining stitch. This way, we'll still end up with 36 stitches. As usual, do a slip stitch to end the round. Again, when you're done, make sure to recount all your stitches. At the end of round 3, this is what it should start to look like. For round 4, start by chaining 1. We're going to do a single crochet increase for our first stitch. We're not skipping a stitch this time, so do it into this stitch. So do 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Then do 1 single crochet into the next stitch. Then do another single crochet into the next stitch. Repeat these 3 stitches another time. So increase, single crochet, and then single crochet. Now we'll be starting on the first bunny ear. Start by chaining 7. Now that we have 7 chains, do a half double crochet on the 3rd chain from the hook. So this is 1, 2, and 3. Do a half double crochet on the 3rd chain. Now we're going to start doing double crochets into the rest of the stitches. So wrap your yarn, insert, pull through 2, and then pull through 2. Continue double crocheting until you reach the end of the ear. This is what it's supposed to look like when you reach the end of the ear. Now we're going to skip a stitch. We're skipping this one. Then single crochet into the next 4 stitches. Then chain 7 again for the next ear. We'll basically be doing the same thing. So again, do a half double crochet on the 3rd chain from the hook. Now we're going to start doing double crochets into the rest of the stitches. So now we have 2 ears. Like a while ago, we're going to skip a stitch. We're going to do the same increase, single crochet pattern until the end of the round. Once you reach the end of the round, don't forget to do a slip stitch. Can you see it? It finally looks like a bunny. And that's the end of round 4. For round 5, we'll be doing a slip stitch border. You can choose to do round 5 with a 4.5mm hook, the current hook we're using, or by sizing up. This is a 5.5mm hook. I'll show you what it looks like on my 5.5 hook. For this round, I think it's really important for your tension to be a bit more loose. This will give us the desired effect of cute, neat stitches that will finish off your piece really well. I prefer my 4.5, so I'm going to frog those stitches. So like I said, this round is all just slip stitches. So you basically just slip stitch all around the border. Having consistent tension here is really important, so don't be afraid to redo stitches if you do them too tightly or too loosely. I think this slip stitch round is really important in tying the whole look together and making the coaster appear really neat. So don't rush it, be patient, make sure your stitches look good, and make sure your stitches are consistent. Here we're slip stitching around the ear. Once we reach the end, we're going to do an invisible join. Leave a loop and cut off your yarn. Then pull through. From the back, insert your hook into our starting stitch. Then pull through. Now, grab your tail and hold it over to the front side. Then we're going to insert our hook into the back loop of our last stitch. Then pull through the tail. It makes a seamless join that looks like all the other stitches. Now grab your tapestry needle. We'll be weaving in the ends. I'm just feeding my needle through a few stitches to secure our tail. Then I'm going back the same path. And snip off the end. You can use whatever method you want for the face, or choose to leave it out if you want. I'm personally going to embroider using black yarn. Thread your needle with some black yarn. I'm tying off my tail with my current thread to secure it. Then, so that the back part of my coaster is still neat, I thread my needle to a closer part of my next target area, which is the mouth. This is so that there are no big loose chunks of thread at the back that could get tangled easily. I hope that made sense. Now that we're done, make another knot to secure your thread. Then we'll be weaving the ends into the coaster again. And we're finally done. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to help me continue make free tutorials. I also have a Ko-fi if anyone would like to support my channel and donate. I'd love to see all of your creations. Feel free to tag me on my Instagram at stringbbeans. And as always, see you again next time. Bye!